In the 19th century, the heart of Europe witnessed a transformation that altered the global balance of power for decades. In a land fragmented into dozens of states, war and diplomacy became the tools of a man who united the country through blood and iron. From the disunity of the German states arose an empire that introduced a new industrial and military power onto the stage of history: the German Empire. In the 1st century CE, Europe lived under the shadow of a single empire. Roman roads, cities, and law stretched from Britain to the Danube. Yet north of these borders lay lands where Roman roots had not yet taken hold. Regions of dense forests, unmapped routes, and scattered populations about whom imperial knowledge remained incomplete. The Romans called this unknown region Germania. In this area, various Germanic tribes lived independently of one another. There was no unified political structure, and decisions were made at the local level. Relations among these groups were shaped primarily by kinship ties and temporary agreements. To control Germania, Rome relied on its standard frontier policies, the construction of small military outposts, the establishment of communication routes, and the cultivation of political relations with local leaders. The aim was to gradually integrate these regions into the administrative structure of the Roman provinces, using mechanisms such as taxation, the recruitment of auxiliary troops, and the taking of political hostages from the sons of local elites. In this context, Arminius came to play a decisive role. He was the son of one of the influential local families who, in accordance with common Roman policy, was taken to the empire in his youth as a political hostage. There, Arminius received military training, served in the auxiliary forces, and gained first-hand knowledge of the structure and tactics of the Roman legions. As Roman presence expanded east of the Rhine and efforts intensified to turn these areas into a stable territory, direct administration of the land became increasingly important. Varus, the military commander at the time, was tasked with organizing the regions east of the Rhine, establishing a taxation system, and strengthening communication routes between Roman outposts. His movement eastward was part of this broader mission. Exploiting Varus's complete trust, Arminius fabricated reports of a local uprising and lured him into marching through the forested routes of Teutoburg. Exploiting Varus's complete trust, Arminius presented a fabricated report of a local uprising and persuaded him to move through the forested routes of Teutoburg, an area where terrain and weather conditions made the standard formations of the Roman legions impossible to maintain. In the year 9 CE, when Varus's legions became trapped in the swamps and forests of Teutoburg, Arminius launched a coordinated attack by the local tribes. Unable to maintain their regular formations on the muddy ground, the legions were worn down and destroyed over the course of several days. After the complete collapse of the columns, Varus committed suicide to avoid capture, a fate that made the scale of the disaster unmistakably clear to Rome. This devastating defeat forced the empire to abandon its plans of expansion into Germania and to fix its frontier permanently west of the Rhine. Although the convergence of the Germanic tribes at Teutoburg did not endure, this brief coordination demonstrated that the independent and fragmented societies of the region were capable, under exceptional circumstances, of uniting around a shared objective. This event, while it did not lead at the time to the formation of a lasting political structure, was recorded as the first large-scale collective action among the Germanic tribes, an experience that later took root in their historical memory, and in the centuries that followed contributed to the emergence of a shared identity and the vision of a united future for the Germanic peoples.